What's going on, y'all? So, Catfish, I don't know what episode this is, but technically it was a special episode that didn't get aired from season one. So, it really wasn't much. It was cute for what it was, but it's not that deep. So, it's Stephanie and David, and basically, you know, Stephanie is this girl who was found this guy on Facebook. He found her. They was talking for 7 months, and basically they live in the same state, damn near in the same area, in LA, but they never met up. And every time they get ready to Skype and all this stuff, this is what she telling Max and Eve. Every time they get ready to Skype, something pops up, or every time they get ready to meet up, he either has to come in to work, and some shit just always pop up. And so she getting this feeling that something is not right, and I'm like, girl, yeah, okay, but her thing is, he was there for her when she was going through some of her most troubling times. And when Max was talking to her, no, Neve was talking to her, she was basically like, she don't believe in love because of the shit that happened with her family. Her parents was going through a divorce, and they've been married for 42 years, and I think she said the father cheated or something like that. And so that made her, lose her trust and faith in men, and basically saying that they ain't shit. Okay, and she had previous relationships where it didn't work out because the dudes, I guess, did something to her. So she got issues, all right? She got issues. It's understandable. And when she was talking about it, you can just see the hurt in her face. And she was like, she told dude, whatever it is, come on now, just be honest with me. I'm not here for liars or whatever. And she told Max and Eve, like, if any small piece of information about him comes out to be false, fabricated, or whatever, I'm over it. I'm done. We moving on. Okay, it is what it is. I'm moving on. And I was like, I guess, girl, you can do that. I know sometimes, shit happens that you build a wall up, but you don't want to miss your opportunity just in case. What if it was real and he had a logical reason and he did lie just about a little bit of stuff, like a little small thing that was really petty? She looked like the type of person that still would have said fuck you too and moved the fuck on. But hey, that's something she got to work on with herself. But so Max and Eve, they go to his house, and they doing Google search, and come to find out the picture of this dude was named David Miller. I was like, David, is he family okay? Hey, it's a lot of Millers out there. And black guy, he cute, whatever, and they do all these image search, and all this stuff started popping up about him. He was on his website talking about cutest black guys or whatever the fuck, and it shows that he was his, I guess, a little rapper or something, and his name was Kayon or something like that. Crayon, Kayon, whoever the fuck, Color Me Rainbow. He was something like that. And they had to tell old girl. So old girl was, disappointed. Plus she had her friends with her, and they was like, I think they're a cute couple, and she's head over heels for him, and we understand what she's going through. Like, she gives so much of herself, but she's been through so much, and regardless of what happened, we're gonna be here for her. I was like, okay, that's what friends supposed to do. But also, friends supposed to be like, girl, you stupid as fuck. 7 months and y'all ain't, girl, y'all live in the same city. What? Get on a goddamn bus, train, or whatever if it's really that serious. Come on now. So after that, they call up old boy, and they was like, let's meet up. And his answers were so short, like, okay, yeah, I do want to meet up. Okay, we can meet on Sunday. Then he texts back and he like, yo, I just looked at my schedule. We can't meet up because I got work or some shit to do. My schedule won't allow it. I'm just like, we already know that you catfish, and he already know that shit too. So he just trying to weasel his way out of it. And telling old girl, they finally convinced him to say, hey, we gonna meet up. They go over to his place, and I'm thinking the worst is finna happen. But dude, he wasn't he wasn't nowhere near the person in the profile picture. Okay, But his name is Dewan or whatever, and he's a short little bald headed dude. You know, I ain't gonna talk shit about him because he look like he got some stuff wrong with, and I don't like talking about people who look like, you know, they probably some shit went on with him, and you know, he just seemed a little slower than most. But obviously, they had a connection, and you can tell that he genuinely did care for her, but he had some insecurities with himself that he couldn't just reveal who he really was. And of course, oh girl, Stephanie, she was pissed off. She was pissed off, and she said, "Fuck it, I don't want shit to do with him." And so when Max, Nene went back to talk to him, because she went off on him. You know, I told you that I don't like liars. Okay, why would you do this? He was like, "Look, my name ain't David. It's Dewan. I don't work at the Staples Center. I'm not a security at the Staples Center. No, I work at a movie theater." I said, "Bitch, you better get on there. Get you some free tickets, some free popcorn, and all that shit." She wasn't looking at it like that. I was like, "Girl, at least keep the motherfucker around as a friend so he can give you a discount, a hookup on something." You know, she wasn't trying to feel that. She was in her feelings. That's understandable. But when, you know, Max and E went back to talk to him, he was basically saying how he started the profile off because he wanted to keep in contact with his ex. He was trying to see what she was up to because he wanted to get back with her, whatever, and she had blocked, I guess when they broke up, blocked him on Facebook and all that stuff. So he created this fake profile to befriend her, to still somewhat be in his life, her life. I said kinda clingy, stalkish, little bit of a red flag ish, but okay, I wouldn't do it, but you know, it is what it is. Um, so after that, he was like, so I'm on Facebook and I scroll down the wall and I see this girl and it's Stephanie. I'm like, oh, she cute or whatever. And I was like, you know, how you doing, miss? You look good. You know, can I get your number? And she gave me her number and all that stuff, and we just started talking. And I don't want to lose her as a friend. I don't want to lose her in my life. You know, I just hope she had found it in her heart to forgive me and all this stuff. Like, he was being real genuine. You can tell it really wasn't no harmful, purposely misleading. Well, he did mislead her a little bit, but you can tell it wasn't malicious. Like, you know, he said he wanted to have the right time to tell her, but it never came up. And I guess this was the right time to do it because he got caught, you know. And so that's what wound up happening. And Miss Stephanie was just like, girl, I get it. And he was telling Neve about his you know, he never had a father figure in his life, and that's what he always wanted. And I was like, I don't get how that coincide with what is going on, but okay, we need a side backstory, so hey, it is what it is. And so, you know, after that, Stephanie actually did, you know, come up there and had a little conversation with him, and he explained stuff, and she was like, you know, well, thank you for being there for me because that's what you needed. That's what I needed. Because Max had to, Neve had to tell her, you know, obviously there was something that this boy, he really wasn't there for a relationship for you, actually. You didn't have him in your life for a relationship. You just needed somebody to vent to. And he was there. He was that shoulder to lean on when you needed to just talk. So obviously he served his purpose and he did something. And she looked at it that way. And that's what made her change her mind about being so harsh with him and being so pissed off that, you know, he lied about who he was. That she, you know, gave him some little props. Because at first she didn't want him to touch her. When he tries to give her that hug that first meeting, she said, bitch, please. She did a Nene. Remember Kenya tried to touch Nene? Nene said, oops. And I said, shit. You know? So, it was one of those. And, hey, it is what it is. They did leave, like, on bad terms. But I guess, you know, on the update, it was 2 years ago or whatever. So she stopped talking to Dewan and she's in a relationship with a guy, this other guy. So I guess that's what it is. I mean, they could have kept this episode, really. I didn't get nothing from it like that. But it was a cute little episode, if you ask me. It was cute. But it wasn't much. But yeah, if you saw it, leave it down in the comments. Peace.